Hi friends, welcome to Poverty Proof, how the rich think differently and how you can train your brain for wealth. Folks, today's video is worth paying attention to. We are going to discuss a simple concept, but possibly the most important concept in the world of money and wealth. You've come across this one before, I'm sure. Compound interest. Einstein famously described compounding as the most powerful force in the universe. This is a very simple idea, but one that creates a gravitational vortex for your money. It can either put massive sums into your account over the course of your life, or it can take the same amounts out, depending on which side of the equation you find yourself. Even if you are familiar with the idea of compound interest, I'd like you to watch today's video because I'll put some numbers to it, and it's breathtaking how much of a difference this makes in real-world terms. This comes from the audio version of Poverty Proof.
Understand compound interest. There's no such thing as, that only makes a small difference. Einstein famously said that the most powerful force in the universe is compound interest. There is an old Chinese legend that captures how it works. The legend says that the inventor of chess showed his new game to the Emperor of India. The emperor was so impressed that he offered to give the man a reward. The reward could be anything he wanted. The man answered, "I wish for 1 grain of rice for the first square of my chessboard, then 2 grains for the next square, and then 4 grains for the one after that, and 8 for the one after that. I wish to have the amounts doubled each time for all 64 squares." The emperor very gladly granted his wish, thinking that the man had asked for too little. But his treasurer did the sums, then came back to the emperor, alarmed. "If the entire empire grows rice for several centuries," he said, "we will still not have enough to pay him." Compound interest does something fascinating. It grows upon itself, multiplying over time. The thing to understand is that compound interest can work either for or against you. If you have lots of assets, then over time, compound interest can make you extraordinarily rich. If you have lots of liabilities, such as high expenses and credit card debts, then compound interest can hammer you into the dust so that you can't get back up again. Compound interest is pretty much always working in your life. The question is really just whether it's working for or against you. If you have assets, such as investments or a business that you own, compound interest can work for you. If you are paying back credit to a store or to a bank, compound interest is working for them and against you. Whether it's working for you or against you, a little bit in either direction matters greatly. Behavioral change. Stop thinking of purchases in terms of monthly costs. That is how advertisers deceive you. If you limit yourself to thinking only in terms of monthly costs, then I can cause you to spend R1,000,000 and still believe that it wasn't particularly expensive. I'll spread the payments out over a very long time and then add interest, but I will only charge you a small amount per month. You will then look at the small amount and think, that's not so bad. But you couldn't be more wrong. You are going to be in my debt for decades. I will milk you for a full R1,000,000 without your really appreciating it, so long as you think it's only a few rands per month. Always look at the total amount. And the longer the payment terms, the worse the compound interest you will pay. Long payment terms are not your friend. Now let's see how compound interest can work in your favor. Say, for instance, that you start saving or investing money when you are 20 years old. You don't invest a lot. You can only manage R100 a month. But every month you faithfully save your R100 in an investment. This earns you 8%. By the time you are 30, you will have paid R12,000, but you will actually have 18,417. By the time you are 40, assuming you're still only paying the very low amount of R100 every month, which is unlikely, you will have 35,295 Rand. Now let's increase the payment amounts and see what happens. Let's assume that from the age of 20 to 25, you pay only R100 per month. Then from 25 to 30, you increase that payment to R1,000 per month. At the age of 35, you increase the payment again to 3,000 Rand per month. At 40, you increase the payment amount to 10,000 Rand per month. You never touch that money. By the time you are 50, you will have paid a total amount of just over 2 million Rand into your investment. However, you will own a total amount of 4,635,970 as a result of the compound interest. Have I got your attention? You basically just got 2.5 million Rand for free, just for behaving cleverly. And you also still get to keep the original 2 million that you invested over that time in order to gain that 2.5 million extra. It's all yours. Compound interest is either killing you or making you rich. You must understand compound interest. You don't even need to understand the numbers, just the principle. When you grasp how this force pushes your life story in the direction of either wealth or grinding poverty, it begins to change your behavior. Taking on credit card debt starts looking like a very, very bad idea. Buying assets that make you richer starts to make a great deal of sense.
Don't forget that you can do Poverty Proof as a course via futureselfacademy.com. You download the full digital book, I guide you through the chapters. Let's see what we can do to change your life.